Hello and welcome back to Hardworking Man. Today it's Splitter Wars. We've got two 25-ton box store style splitters. We've got the CountyLine, probably one of the most popular box store style splitters, and it's got the super fast 11.5 second cycle time. This was the benchmark for box store splitters for a long time. But today, we're gonna see how it stacks up against our brand new Hyper Split. This is supposed to have a sub 6 second cycle time and still be 25-ton splitting force. So we're gonna run these things head to head and see how much time this saves, if it saves time at all. You're not gonna wanna miss the final results. And in our next video, Rachel's gonna run the all wood with the 8-way wedge, and she's gonna split as much wood as we do on both of these machines all by herself and see how long that takes her. So for this competition, we've got two IBC totes where we separated the rounds 1 for 1. It's got maple, ash, elm, and a little bit of cottonwood. So how we're doing this is big pieces like this, we're gonna split into 4. Anything this size, it goes to 4. Anything this size or smaller just gets split in half. So that way we're making the same splits on each machine. So to make this video, I got a hold of Jason Lee. He's a fan of a ton of different channels, and this guy's out making firewood with his son Jackson all the time. They post a lot on Facebook, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know who Jason Lee is because he interacts with all of us on Facebook. And I knew he had the CountyLine. He only lives a few miles from me, so I was like, hey Jason, do you want to make a video where we do a splitter wars with your CountyLine versus the Hyper Split? And he was like, absolutely. So he went and bucked up all these rounds, got them separated for the contest or the comparison, and he's gonna run his CountyLine while I run the Hyper Split. So I guess how long have you guys been doing firewood for?
I've been doing firewood probably for like 10 years. Probably just for home heating. I do sell a little bit in the side, but not a lot. Maybe 20, 30 truckloads every year, but it's not a lot.
All right, and
yeah.
You sell, I always see you got the bags out by the road.
Yep, the bags.
The smaller quantities get you more money usually, so.
Yep.
What about you, Jackson? How long you been doing firewood for?
About 3 years.
What do you like most about it?
Splitting.
Splitting? You're on the CountyLine?
Yeah.
All right. So what, are you gonna help stack all this? Is that your second favorite thing to do?
Not really.
All right, we're gonna get the machines fired up, let them warm up for a minute, and then we're gonna get going and see how long it takes on each machine. All right, and we did not plan this at all, but we're up in 4 different great firewood channels right now. We've got Log Cabin Firewood, Todd's Outside Again, Outside with Shad, and Timber Cutter Patriot, all in the same video, along with Hardworking Man and the one and only Jason Lee, so this should be epic. Now both of these splitters have a very similar size engine. This is 208 cc's and that is 196 cc's. So engine size is very similar. One difference I did notice is the wedge height on the CountyLine is a little bit taller. So if you're gonna stack rounds, or for the big rounds, it might be easier to flip them and get an extra split out of them. Where on the Hyper Speed, it's a little bit lower, so I won't be able to do that as much. Both machines have a similar working height, and other than that, they're fairly similar or comparable. So let's get going and see how this goes.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
You can see there, I wasn't able to get that second split. Where on the CountyLine, you can just rotate it and pop these big ones twice. So that's going to make a difference. And there it happened again. So that's something to keep in mind. It's not all just about the speed. It's about how you operate it. The height of the wedge is big on these style splitters. try to do it, but I know that round is way too big. But that's where these tables come in handy. When you stack the smaller rounds, this elm you got to push all the way through a lot of times. Now, if we had stroke limiters, that would help us not have to go all the way back every time. So this one's pretty quick. It's hard to catch it without one. Crushing that elm. That ain't bad through that knot. On to the second stack over here.
Heath's toe, he's already broken about 3/4 of the way left on that second row. And over at Jason's, he still has that first row, some left.
Got the ants in here.
Here we are, 10 minutes in. Looks like Jason moved on to his second row.
Last piece. Ah. Hyper split done.
He's done there.
Sweating. That was only 15 minutes.
13:30.
You can see where a table is a big help on these box store splitters. He's got a nice technique though where he pinches it there against the side of the beam. Oh, he's throwing an extra split in there. All right, real quick, one question I get asked a lot is how hot the cylinder gets. And I mean, that's pretty hot. And this is about the same, so they're very equal in that regard. We've only been splitting for about 15 minutes, but neither one of them is noticeably hotter than the other.
He's down to the last 3 rounds. Last one.
You just did that. Oh no. Oh, you went there. There you go.
That's it. 2101.
Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
False stop.
False.
One baby left.
Oh.
The kindling splitter.
There you go.
There it is. 21.
20.
Well, when it lands, 21-24. All right, so there it is. The hyper split was almost twice as fast. 13 minutes and some seconds to 21 minutes and some seconds. Like, the amount of time it can save you in a full day's worth of splitting, like, what do you think?
That's quite a big a difference.
And I mean, this one did. I will say I'm looking forward to testing this on some really hard splitting rounds, because there were a few times when it bogged to get through some of that elm, where the CountyLine I don't think did. But Jason brought up a good point. This CountyLine costs more than the hyper split, and a lot of people have been asking where I got that from and where they can be bought. I'm not positive. I got it from Family Farm and Home in Richmond, Michigan. It was on sale for $900, $899. So in my opinion, that's a great deal if you're getting into wood splitting, if you're looking for a splitter to speed up your process but not ready to go full commercial. Somebody saw at the Paul Bunyan show, because we made one video with this thing, and somebody told us, I think they lived in New York, and as soon as they saw the video, they hopped online and tried to find them. And the guy called into work. He found one in Pennsylvania, I believe it was, and told his wife. His wife actually found it, so she was on board with it. And he's like, call them and tell them we're coming to get it. And they went from New York to Pennsylvania to grab this thing the day they watched the video, because it's impressive. And I can't imagine they're gonna stay on the floors long, because that one, there was 5 the first day I saw it. I went back the next day to buy mine and there was 4. So when I left, there was 3. And somebody else that watched the video locally went and grabbed one. So within 2 days, they sold 3 out of the 5 they had there. So,
Wow.
All right, so Jackson was watching the whole thing. What do you think, bud?
That one was a lot faster.
A lot faster?
Yeah.
You think maybe it's time to sell the CountyLine and have Dad snag one of these for you?
Yeah.
All right, so now we're just gonna start them back up, turn them up full throttle, and we're just gonna do an empty cycle down and back. We obviously know this one's gonna be faster, but we wanna see, you know, how much faster. And this one retracts really fast, where that seems to be about the same speed down and back from what I noticed. So let's fire them up and empty cycle down and back. That's a big difference.
That's fast.
So one thing I just noticed that will make a big difference, especially in that head-to-head down and back. The stroke on this CountyLine is 26 inches, and on the hyper split, it's only 22. So that accounts for some time. But you saw splitting 16-inch rounds in the head-to-head competition, how much time the shorter stroke and the faster cycle time can save you. So there it is, another box store Splitter Wars. If you haven't checked out our Splitter Wars playlist, check it out. We've got a lot of different head-to-head splitter competitions on there. We've got Wolf Ridge, Easton Made, Allwood. We've got some other box stores, the Champion, the Northern Tool or North Star. So check that out. It's a full playlist full of head-to-head comparisons where you can see how much of a difference one splitter is versus the other, so you can make a wiser choice when you're buying a splitter. Thanks for watching, Hardworking Man. Thanks to Jason for having us out and doing this. Have a great day, and we're going to see on the next video how long it takes Rachel to do this much wood on the all wood all by herself. You're not going to want to miss it.